Good morning. How's everybody today? Uh, Anybody out there today? Monday morning or Sunday morning, Sunday night, wherever you are. Sunday evening in the West. Good morning, Mr. Warlock. How's things going? How are you today? Bush Voyage, good morning. Are you in in Ozland today? Mr. Mitch is here. Andy, what's up, guys? You know, every time I come on here, you guys are here. I want to say thank you very much because it's like sitting down in the morning with friends to have a coffee. You know how you go somewhere? Good morning, Eve. Wahin. Yeah, you know, you see, sometimes you walk by in a local two, was that? Seattle's? I'm not sure, I'm not. Bob? What's he, Bob saying? You're like a bad petty. Yes, sir. Utah from Pattaya. Ben? Two people from Seattle. Oh, okay. Bush Voyage just finishing lunch. Cool. Yeah, you know, you go some like in a market somewhere, like if you go like in a UT, you go to the Chinese market in the early morning, you'll see a table full of guys sitting there talking. You know, they're all retired, just hanging out with each other, you know, sharing stories. They've known each other forever. That's what I feel coming here in the mornings like this with you guys. Just sitting here, you know, we might be all over the world, but we're sitting here talking and having, I got iced tea, or iced tea. No sugar, just tea. In Monroe, but close enough, right. What are people talking about? So what do you think? Just sit around gassing for the day. Any good news? Anybody got a birthday? Who was it? Was it Ben's birthday last week? Love you, Bob. How's things going? Hope everybody's doing well. Nobody's talking to me. You're talking to each other. Come on. It's been trying to rain for a few days, but it hasn't done it yet. But today is. Last night it tried to rain. It was some grumbly thunder and. No, I'm just teasing, Mitch. I'm just teasing. Talk, talk, talk. Enjoy. You should know me by now. Just Mona Lisa from Florida. Cool. Did anybody watch any of the coronation of the king? It's been on kind of busy over the last weekend. Lived in Paradise on Paradise Road for years. Cool. Oh, hello. I missed. Oh. Hello, Kev. I'm from the States, visiting Thailand earlier and now in Cambodia. Cool. I hope you have a wonderful and safe journey. Wish I would be there. Our lake is almost dry. You know, the river here was way down the other day, and then it must have rained in the north because the water it's come back up about a meter. got a thing popping up. Oh yeah. What time is it there? It's about almost 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the budgies are behind it. Kevin was lazy to feed them this morning, so they got their food. And in the morning they get basil, white or red basil, whatever the market has. And in the evening I give them they have budgie food and water, of course. And then give them basil in the morning, which is a herb, as you know. And in the evening, there's grass growing over there by that the water pump makes them wet, and it grows nice in the evenings. What did I buy? Somebody asked. Oh, I'm losing something. A lot of pumping ceremony there. Yeah. I agree. So what did I buy? What have I been talking about for a long time? Lenses and cameras. I've been thinking about buying the Sony A7. Sorry, the Sony A. What's happening in my head? The Sony, A7 III for a while. Why? Because it's a good camera, but excellent for video. Why? For making videos. So why did I want to get that? Because it's 4K and for other reasons. But I didn't want to spend all that money. So I already have a Canon 80D, which is very, very good. I got a nice tripod for it. I got everything I need. I just wanted one more lens. But I keep thinking, why do I need to invest in new lenses if I'm going to get a new camera? So the other day I said, right, I'm not spending, what was it, 70,000 baht, which is like almost $2,500 to buy a camera when I have one, but it's not 4K, so leave it alone. So I went ahead and started researching for the lens that I wanted, which was a macro lens. So I looked for a Canon lens, very expensive, and it was like $1,000. Like I said to you the other day, I have the money in a bank account, but I just, it takes a lot to earn it, but it doesn't take very long to spend it. So I did some more research and I found out the Tamron lens was even better. So Tamron makes a 90mm macro lens. It's supposed to be everything good. And I was comparing prices last night, and I had the details in Amazon UK, and when I took it to the basket to check out, it dropped by $100. I said, hey, so that paid for the tax and everything. So if you compare prices to here, I actually saved about 300 or 400. How much? Sorry, I actually saved almost £100, $150 by having it shipped here via UK. Because when I took it to the basket, it dropped to discount. It dropped from 550 some pounds to 400 something. So I thought, I kept looking at the button, buy. I went, click, hit it. I was like, oh, I did it. So I bought the new lens I wanted. So now when I do video, it'll be even better again, I hope. So that's what I bought. To some would say, oh, big deal, but to Kevin. Good morning, sir, from India. You are cool in paradise. Very hot yesterday, 47. Wow. 47 in India. Thanks, Kevin. I will be back in Thailand soon before my trips end. Planning to head to Vietnam and Laos also. Good. Be safe. Drink some water. Don't get in the sun. 12 o'clock a.m. Mona Lisa. We visited the king's home, drove past in Hua Hin on Saturday. It was beautifully decorated. Very nice. Good one, Eve. I watched a bit of the coronation. It was very slow, moving slow. Yeah. That's what it's about. I mean, pomp and ceremony is all about. One thing, as with a photographer's eye, I look at it and I think, if you got different angles and if it wasn't so hot, but if the lighting was right, you could get some amazing video. Yes, agree, Mitch. A73, yep. Yeah, I need a camera sponsor, you're right. Amazing. Thank you, Mitch. You go for it. Go for you. Good for you. Right for us. Yeah, I think you know, the thing about macro lens is you can zoom in really close on something, but you can also it gives you a lot more definition and so on and so on. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that picture on my Facebook. I'll try to put it in a video so you can see it. I couldn't get very much video about it because it was all up in the bushes. But by the front door, there was a black and red gecko, which if you search online, black and red gecko, there's hardly anything to talk of. So the normal one here is like a pale blue, or you could say violet color with like red dots. But this one was black with red dots, and I've seen him around here a few times. So I was trying to get some video, but because I couldn't get it to focus nicely. But I got a couple good pictures. But you know, Kevin wants to photograph everything. Love it when that type of thing happens. Well done. Thank you, Eve. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I was really happy with you know, it was 550 pounds, but took it to the basket and it dropped by 90 some pounds. I think so. That was enough to pay for the postage and the import duty and everything else. And the Canon one was $1,000, but the Tamron one was 2,800, and what I paid is 24. So I still saved a lot of money, and it shipped to the door. Hello, Ray from the Philippines. How you doing? And thank you for liking the channel. Where are you located? I'm located in Thailand, not far from Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya is an island which used to be the capital of Thailand many years ago. And I'm about comfortable drive 30 minutes from Ayutthaya. As you can see, out in the middle of nowhere. I was going to try to give you a reference point, but 30 minutes from Ayutthaya. About an hour from Lubeli. You have an eye, Ken. Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, it's I call it the photographer's eye. You know, it's leave me alone with a camera or even a cell phone. I'll just go wandering off and just watching and looking. One thing is I love nature. You know, we all know that. So I'm always looking for something, and it's a photographer's eye. You know, I used to like to. I thought about getting more into boudoir photography because, you know, who doesn't want to look at a beautiful woman, right? But I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about just the soft lighting, beautiful, the right everything, you know. And I got into it for a while, but I realized you need a studio. You just can't set up in your living room or something like that. And you know, this might sound pervy, but I once rented a big hotel room with a living room in it, set up like a studio, and actually paid a model to come, and then did some photography, not video, just photography. And I enjoyed it, but I was kind of overwhelmed, really, because I couldn't get the lighting right. You know, there's so much behind it, so which makes me enjoy it even more to study the topic, you know. Cool. Diram, I'm glad you enjoyed the ceremony. One of the comments of the gecko was about how much they are worth. Amazed. Yeah, I'm not selling any geckos. I'm not buying them or catching them to sell. They're just here. They live here. You know, sometimes if there's too many get on the house, I might catch one or two and take it over in the woods. I have like a wool glove, so because they have a bite. So if they get hold of you, you're going to know about it. So I have a wool glove, so protect me and don't hurt them. I come outside at night, I walk around the corner, I see them, I run and I catch them, right? Walk over there in the woods behind and put them on a tree. Because if it's a female, no problem. The males want to poop and pee all over the wall and makes a right old mess of your house. So if I catch them, sometimes the owl will get them. I had at one point a lot on the house and they were starting to get on my nerves again. And then I guess an owl come and they all disappeared. One, slowly, there was none left. But right now I've got the black and red one somewhere around the front of the house, up in the vines and the bushes, that the plants I got up there. And there's a normal colored one, the lilac one. I actually got a concrete pole with a pipe on it, and there's a small hole, and he goes up inside the pipe, metal pipe. And when he makes his sound, there's like a reverb on it. It's really cool. So they're not on the house, so I don't bother them. They're like 3 meters from the house, but they're not on the house, so just leave them alone. They eat bugs and stuff, so leave them alone. Yes, I'm in. Oh, Eve. Okay, Eve. Ayutthaya, Thailand. It's spelled. You got a pen? It's spelled Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya, or you could say Ayutthaya. Yes, for another week, then back to the UK. Where are you? Ayutthaya. There you go. Ayutthaya. Good one, Mitch. Mitch isn't in Ayutthaya now, is he? Okay, in Washington, all right. Retiring to Thailand next year. Cool. That would be awesome. With you, Mitch. I'm here. Good morning. Good evening. Hey, Trent. Bob, you're bad. It would only be. You're bad, Bob. Yeah, it would be pervy if I was a model. See, hey, I have a little plan for a laugh. Leave it with me, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But we'll see. You'll see it when that comes out. Yeah, pervy, huh? Keith Johnson, great gecko story. Yeah, I mean, if you search, if you just do a search, in Thailand they call the gecko 2K, because if you listen, we say, we in English call it a gecko, and you say gecko, but it's actually, if you listen closely, it's actually 2K. So the Thai people call it the gecko 2K. So do a search 2K black and red, or TOKAY, or gecko black and red. Not very popular at all. So this guy here is unusual. So people talking about selling them and stuff. I'm like, I'm not interested in selling them. I'll just leave them alone. Yeah, when I lived, I had a home in Oxford, North Carolina for a while, and I tried to have chickens. Mitch's comment about the raccoons and possum. I had chickens, and the possum and the raccoons would get in there all the time. So I bought one of those big live box traps, and put fruit in, or veggies. I forget what I put in there, and they'd go in there, and I took them about, how far away? I guess about 5 kilometers away, 3 miles away more. There was a river, and next to that there was like a big forest, and the river was like shallow, perfect for raccoons. So I'd take them down there and let them go, so because they would kill my chickens and dig holes everywhere. Ayutthaya, yeah, that's right. Ayutthaya, yeah, Aya, yeah, you're right, Ayutthaya. Mr. Kevin. Lucia? Who's that? From China? Johnny Rotten? Yes, Kevin. Wow, finally made it live stream. Hey, Johnny. Keep up. Keep your shirt on. Yeah, keep your shirt on. No modeling. Barry from New Zealand. Good morning or good afternoon now. Nearly, I think. It's still morning here, I think. Spelt correctly, yep. UT is a mouthful. A lot of people can't even pronounce it. Euthia. It's there's actually another name. What was it called? The Thai people, the older Thai people say Utia. It sounds like a D in it. Utia, they say. But you know, today it's Euthia. But you can say Utia. But there's an H in it, so I guess if you left the H silent, but the older people say it a little bit different. So, as most of you know, it used to be the capital of Thailand. I have a heart. I love it. Yeah, live trap. Don't want to hurt anybody. David from Florida. My sister has a big problem with raccoons. Yeah, the live trap. You go to what is it called in America? The farmer's feed place. State Farm? No. I forget what it's called now. There's the big farming shops. They have those box traps. They're about 6 inches square, 8 inches square, maybe 2 feet long. They walk in, they get their food, they step on something, the trap shuts behind them, you take them for a ride and let them out. Good question, Eve. Where's Mr. Mitch going to retire? Swan, Paul from Florida, Barry, 4:16 p.m. in New Zealand. Was it her makeup, Sam? Was it her makeup, Sam? Not sure what that means. I can't say it, Kevin. I've given up trying. Yeah, Eve. I agree. I haven't. The old Kevin, I'm renting a room for him. Oh, we're going to rent a room here. You know something? I keep saying I wish I had a room. Right now I have a 1-bedroom house. It's only a smaller house. It's 6 meters square, but I live alone, so it's perfect for me. But let me show you over here. Go for a little walk, shall we? Change the scenery. I've been thinking for a long time, but the way my brain works is I think and think and think, but until I see a picture of it in my head, I can't do it. And I wait for the picture to come, and when I see it, I can build it. It's like I don't need plans, I just go build it. I did that with many things in my life, and they've come out really nice. So over here, we'll stay in the shade, shall we? Stay in the shade. I'm gonna talk, but just look here, okay? So you can see where the hedge is over here to the edge of the river here. So what's that about? 35 meters, something like that. And from this area where I'm standing to the back, maybe 45 meters. So I don't really want to mess with the woods too much. Let me go over here and I'll show you. Walk in the sun a little bit. Hot, hot. Frangipani. So I've got this space over here. This is a little bit of wire I've got. I wanted to put it between the two properties. See the ditch over here? See the ditch? That's the edge of the property. I got the sprinkler on right now, giving these big trees some water. They probably don't need it, but I give it to them anyway. So I was going to put this fence between the two properties, but nobody lives over there. It's just woods. It belongs to somebody, but it's just woods. I know the guy who owns it, and he's trying to sell it, but nobody wants to buy it, which is good for me. But see this little patch here? I was thinking of building something here. These trees here, they don't produce fruit or anything, and they're going everywhere. So I was thinking if I move these couple trees, this in here, plant maybe a couple fruit trees over on the corner there, and then that gives me a big space here to build something. So I was thinking if I built a small house here and I lived in this, then that means my house would be empty. So people could actually come and stay in my house if they wanted to rent something or stay a while. So I was just, or over here, I stay in my place and build 2 rooms in there. You know, like a semi-detached house or whatever you want to call it, but something small, maybe, you know, 1 room with a bathroom, small little kitchen area, just like a hotel room. But you know, if you wake up in the morning, I got to clear this again. So there's the river right there, you see. The banana trees are struggling with this heat. Whew, everything's struggling with this heat. But there's a river right there. So the edge of my property is here on top, and then it goes down. That's part of the river, but you know, all for about a month or so, the water will come up, and it'll come up here a little bit. But you could make a floating dock or something and sit there all day long by the river. Or sit at the back of the house. Here's another angle. So the houses would be over there behind those big trees, back in the woods there. And you just look at the river. The only thing, you definitely need a car if you lived out here, because you're just too far. Well, if you had a scooter, you could get into the village. Actually, you could get into the village by bicycle if you want to pedal that far. I guess it's about 3 kilometers to the village, so you could pedal, lock your bike somewhere, and get on a van. The van will take you to Bapahan, and then, or you can go the other way. You can go many ways from here. But if you had a small car, it would definitely be better. See, good job. So we got Mitch in 1 room and Eve in another room. That's my place full already. Friends in Thailand. Nice one, Sam. Kevin's homestay, yep. Wow. A lot of raccoons. If you don't have chickens or veggies or anything for them disturbed, then I used to have lots and lots of deer. So I had a garden, but I had to put it behind a high chicken wire fence. I think I had a garden. Sorry, yeah, it was supposed to be a garden, and I let the chickens on it because it was too hot to grow things there. And a deer got in it one day. I'm like, how did you get in here? The people say, oh, you know, if your fence is more than 2 meters, a deer can't get in. Really? Mine was almost 3 meters, and a deer got in. I went over there one day, and he was inside the pen, so I opened the gate to let him out, and he got so spooked, he jumped it without touching it. So deer can jump. Thank you, Mitch. You know, like I said to you before many times, if I'm going to do something, I think about it until it drives me a little bit crazy sometimes. But maybe I don't have a PhD, but I guess it's a kind of a gift. If I have a project, I can hold that project in my head, and I can turn it around and look at it from like a 3D view. And once I see that picture, I can just go build it. You know, I did some remodeling for a while just for fun because I love to work with my hands building stuff. And I built a deck for a lawyer once on uneven ground, and the deck was wider at one end than it was at the other. So it's kind of 3D, if you want to say that. And he kept saying to me, I forgot his name now, Dale. Dale, his name was. He said, Kevin, where's the plans for this deck? And I said, OTKH. And he goes, what is that? I said, off the top of Kevin's head. That's where I kept the plans. And it came out beautiful. Thai style house would be awesome. Yeah, Thai style house. It's made of hardwood. Um, they still do it, but you know they use a lot of reclaimed wood now. But the nicer ones are still using brand new hardwood. So, and the reason you use hardwoods is because it'll last forever and bugs won't eat it. It's all joined together. It'll last years. As long as you protect the wood, it'll last years and years and years. Yeah, 15 skunks. Wow. That's a lot of stinky. I know people have skunks as pets, don't they? PhD, philosophical homeopathic disposition. We had a family of possums roaming around. Lisa, Mona Lisa. So, yeah, that's kind of what my plan is. I'm definitely going to build a new aviary because the guys in the aviary now they got some older nesting boxes. They were the what do they call them, coconut husk. You know, they cut them open, cut the husk off, take the coconut out, put it back together, and drill a hole and use that as nests for the budgies. And it worked well, but the budgies tore it apart. I mean, it's been in there over 2 years, so maybe I should have taken it out anyway and put a new one in. But I don't want to put too many in there because they keep producing so many. Right now, I've got 2 boxes I've made. There's 6 nesting boxes in there right now, which is enough. Once I build, I'm going to put the new aviary here because it can, right here. Ooh. I'll take this hammock down. Take my hammock down so you can lay in the hammock and watch the river. But I'll take this down and put the new aviary here. I want it to go like long here and make it as big as I can. Do you remember my big fern that fell out the tree too many times, and I put it in a big pot and the wind blew it over? So I've got 2 pots, put one on top of the other. The top one is about half full of stones, and then so I put the plant back in, and it's looking like it's pretty happy. Just hope the wind don't blow it off this time. And what I also did is I put a big old rock in the side, so I hope that doesn't disturb the roots. See it? I put a rock in there to give it some weight. So I hope that doesn't disturb the roots. But this guy's big. I didn't know this, but the seeds for these, see them here? They're these little brown lines. See it? That's the seeds to make a new one. Amazing. Nature's amazing, huh? Ooh. Can't wait to get to the islands. Have much peace. Yeah. Red ferns. I'm not sure about a red fern. You know what would be cool if you could post pictures in here? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Go live and you could post pictures. You can share stuff with each other. If you, I'll tell you my email address if you want to, like for the red fern. My internet went there for a second. It's back again. I have my pocket Wi-Fi. Thank you, Mitch. Will do, thanks. Take the rock out, Kevin. This is where the new... Yeah, I know. I'll just leave it there for a couple of days. Right now, there's no new growth. But, I'm just like... I put the rocks in, so that's not going to settle. I put some peat underneath and left the rock in to push it down into the peat. I'll take it out. You know, a good point about where the growth comes from. Yes, I agree. I know that's where they come from, but it's not growing right now. So, but I will take it out. I'm just trying to keep it in the pot while it settles back down again. Because remember, the wind blew it over last time. It was in a more shallow pot. But it's amazing how these things grow in a basket with like next to no roots and produce these crazy big leaves. But a very good point about the rock, yeah. The plant is it's a type of a fern. I don't actually know the real name of it. It's just I seen it in the market. I loved it, and I started, you know, put them in hanging baskets. Philip says Applium, something like that. This one was in a basket. This is one of the first I had, and it got so big. I mean, it's crazy big. Somebody said if you put it in a nice pot, and you can get a lot of money for them in Bangkok, thousands of baht. But again, I don't have no vision of selling anything. So, and then, so I put another baby one up here. See it? This one that had this one had a green snake in it the other day. When I was watering it, I put spraying the water up into the middle, and the green snake shot up into the tree. And then there's two more over here. One there, and one there. This is where the black and red gecko was the other day, up in here, hanging on the bamboo on this vine. I don't know where he's gone now. I don't see him. You can see like there's a vine, different purple flowers, white flowers, pink flowers all up in here. You want to see my parrot? I don't normally buy stuff like that, but I seen it. I thought, I like that. I don't know if I've showed you this before. Some of you might have seen it. This is my what I call the shade garden. Where I start new plants and stuff like that. It's you know, the rainy season is going to start soon. So once we get our first couple of good rains, I got going to get some kiwa, cow poo, and put it on everything and start watering because everything's looking dried out. Whew. Bird's nest, okay. Yeah, it does get warm. It's not so warm today. I mean, if you go in the sun, it's warm, but there's a cool breeze coming. Very cool, very gentle, cool breeze. So if you sit still in the shade, it's not so bad. It's only when you walk around in the sun to get warm. When should I extend my return date flight? When I get there or before? Hmm. If you can do it before at your end, it might be easier because it won't. You know, you'll be more like a. You can use a. If you're in America, you can use a 1-800 number or local cost number, whatever. Snake, Mr. Mitch, naughty. Yeah, I don't know what the internet's doing. My internet disconnected for some reason, but it's all right now. I don't know if you've seen a delay, but this is what I use for internet now. You can, you know, if you're traveling here, you can buy this. This is made by D-Link. It's just a transmits or receives data. That's all it does. And I think it was about $50 or something, 30 pounds, 1,500 baht, something like that. And you just buy I bought an internet-only data plan, but since then they put on 600 minutes of telephone, so you can take it out and put it in a phone and use it for a phone. But wherever you go, you have Wi-Fi. So if you stay in a hotel and they have poor Wi-Fi, you just connect to your own Wi-Fi. You don't have to worry about a poor hotel or whether it has it or doesn't. The other good thing about having this, I mean, you can put it in your phone, but if you want to create a laptop hotspot, but for me, when I load videos, my phone was getting so hot, so I thought I do this instead. But you know, I hardly make any phone calls on my phone, so I could technically put this chip straight in my phone and use it all the time. But as I said, I don't want to use it for hotspots to load video because my phone gets so hot. Anything else you want to talk about, guys, before I go wandering off for the day? What's happening out there? Anything good? Am I still connected? I don't see anybody's comments. It says I'm live and still working. Another comment? Oh, there we go. Back now. Eve's back. I'm back or you're back? Did I disappear? Oh, I'm back. Okay. The name of the box is called a pocket Wi-Fi. It's just, you know, I bought this one in Thailand in a shop called Banana. It's it's like a computer shop called Banana, and about 1,500 baht. And then in the AIS, which is a telephone company, they had internet only, but now it's put phone on it too. It's a little bit expensive, but it's the only thing that works where I live. It's 1,100 baht per month, but it's unlimited data. I actually went to a coffee shop, the one where I was last week in the morning, and he said they have really fast Wi-Fi. Well, I have an app on my phone to test the Wi-Fi, and download it was 38, upload it was only 20 something. And I connected to my Wi-Fi, pocket Wi-Fi in his shop, and I got 28. So upload is important to me. So the pocket Wi-Fi wins most of the time. Thank you, Mitch. Glad you enjoyed. Cold and cloudy here in New Zealand. I need that. Give me some of that. Barry, send me some. 6 inches of rain. Wow. Okay, Mitch, I will. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, guys, we've been on 45 minutes. If there's nothing else burning that you want to talk about, I'm going to scoot off, go in the house, cool off a bit, and go wandering. I have an idea for the video tonight. I think it's pretty cool. If it comes off, I'll like it a lot. So not only is crazy Kevin doing photography. He's also loves to create different video. So I'm gonna, in time, we'll do a little bit quirky things with video just for fun, rather than a normal vlog every day. I'll still do the vlogging, but you know, the creative part wants to do something different. Take care and God bless, Paul from Florida. Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, good idea. You know, the dock in the river will be really super cool when the rains come, because it will go up high and down. It'll be fun. But one-man band and living on a pension, you got to be a little bit careful. Spending money on lenses. Take care, guys. Well-being and happiness. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness to run through this phone. Hi, Jerry. From the Philippines. Peace, joy, and kindness to run through this phone and reach in there and grab you. Give you a big hug. I hope everybody has a wonder-filled day. Or if it's time to sleep, have a good sleep. Good night, guys. See you later. All the best. Yeah, I'm doing the same, ordering it, trying to keep it green. All the best. See you, Eve. Bye, guys.